gonna need to vote.
Right.
Okay.
And
All right.
and Jalen Brown, that's not going on the floor. So
I need a gavel.
Oh,
you tried it. Girl, I don't think we have any perms in here. Just be like bang bang.
Bang bang, the center will come to order. The chaplain will lead the prayer. Seeing that the chaplain is absent, does any senator volunteer to do the prayer?
Mr. President.
Honestly, you're unholy, what the fuck? Senator from Massachusetts.
Thank you, God, for another day. You know, praising your holy name in this great old chamber, in this grand old chamber. You know, the highest chamber. Continue to bless us and your
The
Lord.
incompetent chamber.
Mr. President, I ask that the senator from New York receive his
I
first.
restrict my word.
I rebuke that in the name of
Senator will
Jesus.
receive
Mr.
his first warning.
President,
The senator will
thank you.
receive his first warning. The senator from Massachusetts will continue the prayer.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Under the previous order, leadership time is reserved. Under the previous order, the Senate will be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak there in up to 10 minutes each.
I plan for there to be a change in this chamber. You know, in the past few days, there have been a lot of arguing. There's been a lot of, just back and forth banter that doesn't, that's not incumbent upon this chamber. During our prayer, a handkerchief head Negro speak out of turn while we were being led in
There will be
prayer.
order.
That's disgusting, and we will not have that in this chamber. You'll be warned, and you'll be gone if you need to. So give me a minute. We have a few resolutions that we need to go through. Give me a minute here.
Love
Okay, Mr.
ChatGPT.
President.
Sen-
Excuse me,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
President. I Senate move into consideration of Senate Resolution 21.
I'll
Is
second.
that unanimous consent? Okay. Without objection, so ordered.
That was a motion.
I know, it was seconded.
It needs to be a vote.
What?
No, does not. I said I asked
A
unanimous
motion to
consent that the Senate moves into consideration of Senate Resolution 21, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Anyways, okay, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the resolution be agreed to and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection, is so ordered.
Okay. Mr. President.
The senator, you're so recognized.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate move into consideration of Senate Resolution 23.
Without objection, so ordered.
Okay. I ask unanimous consent that the resolution be agreed to and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Point of order.
Objection, actually.
Will Senator from Florida state his objection?
What exactly is Senate Resolution 23?
Senate Resolution 23 is notifying the House of Representatives of the election of a president pro tempore. Pursuant to Senate Resolution 21, we already elected Eddie DuPont. We're just doing the due process and notifying the House of Representatives of such.
Mr. President.
Does Senator retract his motion?
I object.
I'm sorry, objection.
I will retract my objection.
Senator retracts the motion. Without objection,
I
objection
object.
is so ordered.
I said I object.
A little too late,
I ask for
buddy.
days
I
and days on
literally
the-
said I object before that. It is not in the submission to the clerk.
Mr. President, I asked for the
It
eighth and
is in the
eighth.
submissions
You
of the
don't vote on
clerk.
objections.
The objection.
Yeah, you don't want. So you
It
just have
is in
to.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous. I ask for the yeas and nays on Senate Resolution 23.
All right. I'm just gonna call people who are present at this Senate. I don't have a direct thing.
Ayes and nays are all in favor.
Oh, my apologies. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose.
Nay. There is no Senate Resolution 23. It isn't
The ayes
submitted.
have it.
There is.
It's not in the submission to the clerk.
There will be order. The senator is reminded if he speaks up.
My apologies.
I'm gonna say this again. Under Senate Rule 19, Section 2, if any senator interrupts another senator while they're recognized or interrupts the presiding officer, they'll receive their first warning. Continue.
Okay, so is it passed? You know what's happening here.
Oh yeah, the ayes have it. Resolution
Okay,
is passed.
thank you. So I want to congratulate Mr. Edward DuPont on his election as President Pro Tempore of this great chamber. I have great trust that he will lead this chamber in the absence of the president. He has great leadership qualities. Can't wait to see what comes from it. I also like to extend congratulations to Senator Carlos DuPont on his election of Senate Majority Whip. You know, he's a great man, a great senator. I can't wait to see what comes from it. With that, I yield my time.
Senator Deals.
Mr. President,
This
The senator from
leadership
Florida.
time is in morning business.
Pardon me.
Senator from Florida.
I actually unanimous consent to the Senate move into a period of executive business.
Object.
Oh my lord.
The senator from South Carolina say his objection.
Mr. President, for one, we don't have anything to consider for executive business, and for two, I would like to address the floor.
Were we not in leadership time or
Leadership
am I a
time
little
is in morning
confused?
business.
I thought
No,
we
it's
were.
not. Leadership time is before morning business.
No, it's not. Leadership time is in morning
No, it's
business.
not. It's not. No, it's
Read-
not.
Watch the
So you need to
Senate.
let your leader speak.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Senator from Florida state his point of order.
I ask that the majority leader receive his first warning.
Objection. What?
Will the senator state the reasoning?
Under Rule 19, is it Section 2, I believe, the senator is interrupting another senator while they have the floor.
Senator from North Carolina will receive his first warning.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Senators from Delaware state his point of order.
Senate Resolution 23 was not submitted to the clerk.
It is.
It is not.
Point
Oh
of
my
order.
God.
You can
It's
check
technically
right now.
20
There
It's
will be
You
order.
can
There
check.
will be
Hold
order.
on, hold
There
on,
will
hold
be
on.
order.
It's technically 24, but you click on the link and it shows 24.
It's not technically 24. It's named 23.
Why is it
Yes.
named 24?
No, it's just glitched because he sent it when it was 24.
Then
He
that's my
changed-
mistake. I don't know why it's glitched.
Mr. President,
Senator from Massachusetts.
I ask that, if anyone else talks out of turn, they receive their first warning.
Noted. Any senator who speaks out of turn again will receive their first warning.
Thank you. So, Mr. President, actually, unanimous consent to the Senate. Girl.
Mr. President, point of information.
Oh my god.
Senator has not yielded. Senator from Florida will continue.
No, it's a point of information. He can go.
Yeah, fine. Senator from South Carolina will state his point of information.
Mr. President, are we not in leadership time?
Oh my gosh, leadership time is in morning business. It's just your time is reserved and us is 10 minutes. That's how it works.
But yet again, this is
The leaders
leadership.
have reserved
Parliamentary
time. We
inquiry.
have 10 minutes.
Senator
That's
from
how-
North Carolina will state his parliamentary inquiry.
This is wasting my time.
Is it not procedure that the majority leader speaks, then the minority leader speaks, and then members of the chamber, can seek the floor?
Can I answer that, Mr.
We do
President?
it.
Will the senator,
I asked that the senator from Florida receive her first warning. I'm
I
talking to the
object.
chair. I'm talking to the chair. I'm not talking to you.
Senator from Florida will receive her first warning. Please, let's just not have this right now. Not having a ghetto session. All right. Can we just recognize this is out of roleplay? Can we just recognize James Lord? Why are you guys being so damn difficult?
I'm just saying, out of
You
role play.
recognize the senator from Florida,
Right.
therefore she has the floor. Leadership time is reserved. There is no set resolution or agenda showing who goes first or whatever.
Exactly.
There's no order paper. If the majority leaders fail to provide
senator-
that, then it's not
There will be order.
incumbent.
There will
Hold
be
on.
order. The
So
senator,
can I-
the senator from Florida
Sorry.
has the floor.
Can
Continue.
I just address something, Sam, out of role play?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, in general, of course, in real life, they have a speakers list. That's why they have it in order, and that's why you usually traditionally see the leaders speak first because that's where they do everything. But in general, any senator can speak. It's morning business. Any senator can speak. Just traditionally.
Okay, we get it with that fake ass woman voice.
That's
Point,
Mr. President,
President.
I asked
You are out of
for
role play.
I asked for
You're out of role play.
That's
Mr.
out of role
President.
play. That's out of role play. That's out of role play. That's out of
Don't
role
make
play.
it so
That's out of role
ghetto.
play.
Don't make it
That is
ghetto.
out of role play. That's out of role play. Okay.
That is not a
Oh
legitimate
my-
excuse to defend that, though.
Yeah,
It may have
that
been
is
out of role
that is
play,
just
but we're
so
not. We're not
ghetto.
gonna. That may
No,
have been out of role
that's-
play, but we're not gonna do that in here.
There will be
No.
order. There will be. Okay.
Anyway,
The chair recommends the senator from North Carolina watch his language. Right. Senator from
just
Florida
let-
still has the floor.
thank you, Mr. President. Actually, now must consider the Senate move into a period of executive business.
Without
Object.
objection, will senator from South Carolina state his objection?
Mr. President, like I said before, for one, we don't have any set thing on the executive agenda today.
I am doing
And for
something.
There will
I'm
be
going to
order.
say
There will
my
be order.
objection. Thank you. And for two, I have not spoken and I would like to address the Senate.
Mr. President,
Okay, then I'll just do it in morning.
Mr. President.
point of information.
Senator will state his point of information.
Actually, never mind. I retract. Never mind.
Mr. President.
Oh,
Senator has not yielded.
thank you. Okay, so usually the reason why I'm gonna say this in my speech, I guess. The reason why I'm trying to move into executive business is when nuclear option is triggered, it is mostly done by executive business because they're gonna be doing something with the executive business. That's why I usually move into executive business. But if you want me to do it in morning business, that's fine too. If you have a real problem with it.
I'm just trying to speak.
Okay, well you can speak right after.
Point of information.
Senator from North Carolina states his point of information.
You get to the speaker. Why are you trying to do the nuclear option?
Because what Virgil did with the rules, I don't like, and I don't want it to be like that. That's why.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'll just do it in morning business then, Mr. President.
Senator from you still recognize.
Mr. President, I raise a point of order that the vote on cloture under the Rule 22 for all nominations is by 3/5 of senators duly chosen and sworn in.
Moment. Give me a moment.
So I'll sing it soon.
Sorry, because I don't have the exact strip for this. Under the rule, the point of order is not sustained.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
All right.
Hold on. Liam, DMs.
Mr. President, I second.
Okay. Give me a moment. All right. All right. There we go. Senator from Florida, Mr. Reagan.
I second the.
No, he's
Do
calling
you
the roll.
call the roll?
Oh, aye.
Senator from Florida, Mr. Smith.
Wait, Liam, did you aye?
Was I supposed to vote aye
He
or
did.
no?
He did.
You're supposed to do nay.
Oh, then nay.
What?
Senator changed about one day. Senator from Florida.
Nay.
Senator James Evans.
Nay.
Senator Grant.
No.
Senator James Lord.
Present.
Present. Senator from Massachusetts, Mr. DuPont.
Could I ask what we're voting on? Sorry.
To appeal the
The
ruling
killing
of the chair. Appeal of the rule of the chair.
And what rule was that?
I did a point of order to change the threshold of closure, and the point of order would not be sustained, which we will all vote nay, and then after it's nay, then
just vote nay.
The point of order is not sustained.
Oh,
The-
nay. I guess. I don't know.
Senator from North Carolina. Senator from North Carolina, Mr. Cross.
Nay.
Yo!
I accept the senator from New York received his second warning. It's giving
Senator from
fraud.
New York will receive his second warning. We are in a roll call. Please do not interrupt. Senator from Texas, Mr. DuPont.
A.
Ooh.
I just
Just
got here.
say-
I don't know what we're voting on.
The ruling of the chair. Say nay, please.
Nay? Okay, nay.
Give me a moment.
Did you call it already? Is everything done?
All right. If there, when I counted 8 nays and 1 present, the ruling of the chair is not sustained.
The decision of the chair. But
It
yeah.
does not stand.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Other than that, I think we have nominations because I did see a resolution to refer, but it's been
Bella.
deleted. But I know there's been 2 nominations that need to be referred. If I'm correct.
You can do this after my speech.
Okay, fine, Mr. President. I reserve the balance of my time.
Mr.
Senator
President.
reserves. Senator from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. President. It has been a
Parliamentary inquiry.
What? The senator will see his parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. President, I forgot. I yield.
Dumbass. Senator from South Carolina.
Mr. President,
Thank you, Mr. President.
I
It
ask your
has-
words be stricken from the record.
They'll be strict from the record. I can't even speak. Anyway, the
Thank you.
senator from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. President. It has been a
Mr.
long-
President, parliamentary inquiry.
Senator from Massachusetts.
Oh shoot, my bad. I forgot what I was.
The senator from South Carolina will continue.
Anyways, thank you, Mr. President. It has been a long and tough road to get here to speaking on this floor, but I'm glad that I have been able that I'm able to speak on this floor currently today. Now, I'd first like to begin by congratulating my colleague from the state north of me, the senator from North Carolina, Mr. Cross, on being elected the next majority leader of the United States Senate. I do look forward to working with him on getting our committee resolutions and working forward to advance the agenda of the American people, not our political parties. Although we may lead our parties in this Senate, we lead the American people in spirit. I would also like to point out how multiple times certain senators have been saying things that
Parliamentary inquiry.
The senator from Massachusetts is parliamentary inquiry.
Oh, sorry, I retract.
oh goodness.
Senator from South Carolina will continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. As I was saying, where was I? Yeah. As we have seen over the course of this Senate, a lot of senators from both sides of the aisle, quite frankly, like to engage in petty partisan politics, whether this be interrupting a senator with baseless motions while they speak.
Parliamentary
rather
inquiry.
From, I believe, New York will see his parliamentary inquiry. Yeah, New York.
Mr. President, this is actually a point. My bad, leader. But is Senator Santos RNJ a senator, so I can know if I should bring him up or not?
He's not a senator. He's not a current member of the Senate.
All right.
Senator from
Thank
South
you.
Carolina will continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Like I said before, senators from both sides of the aisle continue to make petty and baseless points of parliamentary inquiries and all that mess. They try to circumvent, they try to loophole, they try to find
Mr.
loopholes.
President, parliamentary inquiry.
Oh my God. The senator from Massachusetts will see his parliamentary inquiry.
I just have one question. Am I allowed to wear these dress shoes that I have on right now?
Let me check then. Are you in game?
Yeah, I'm in the front row. You know, in the middle, right here. Yeah, right there. Yep.
Point of order,
They
Mr.
do
President.
seem
The senator is
appropriate.
wasting the Senate's time and interrupting a senator with a useless parliamentary inquiry.
There will be order. Again, it is reminded in Senate Rule 19, Section 2, no senator can interrupt presiding officer or any other senator. It appears that the shoes are fine under Senate rules.
Right.
Press. Senator from South Carolina will continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will continue on.
You know,
Like I said before, senators like to engage in petty partisan politics, even if that may be against their own party, even if that may be for their own party. What I
Would he what?
There will be order. There will
Sorry
be
about
order.
that.
Is reminded in Senate Rule 19, Section 2, no senator can interrupt another senator while they're recognized. The senator from South Carolina will continue.
Sorry about that. Thank you. What I'd like us to realize while we're on this floor today is that we need to cut the petty political games. We need to stop trying to use the Senate rules against one another, trying to make baseless points of parliamentary inquiries and points of information and all that mess that we have currently seen within the United States Senate. What we need to be doing is we need to be working together to solve the issues, pardon me, of the American people, not sitting here dilly-daddling, twiddling our fingers and combing our clown wigs, as some senators on this floor seem to do. What we need to be doing is we need to be finding real solutions for the American people that sent us here. We need to be finding common ground between both of our parties and our ideologies so that the American people can benefit from our work. What we don't need, however, is we don't need the same political games that Washington has seen time and time again. The American people are sick and tired. They don't want to see it. And quite frankly, I don't want to see it either. So I ask the Senate if we can just quit the pettiness, if we can quit the acts against one another, if we can actually work together and get things done and not scream and hoot and holler and yell at each other all the time, I think we could have a very productive Senate this Congress. And with that, I reserve.
Mr.
Senator
President.
reserves. Senator from who was that in the no before that? Oh, the senator from
Me.
Florida, Ms. Reagan.
But
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll yield to the junior senator from Florida.
You want to be
Senator
giving
from Florida.
all your time or just a little?
Just how much time do you need?
Oh, only like a minute.
I'll give you a minute.
Okay. Mr. President,
Senator from Florida.
I unanimous consent that Senate Resolution. I unanimous consent that the Senate proceeds to the consideration of Senate Resolution 22 submitted earlier today.
Without objection. Without objection is so ordered.
Mr. President, I unanimous consent that the resolution be agreed to and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Without objection. Without objection is so ordered.
Mr. President, I unanimous consent that the Honorable John Dingell to be nominated for Director of the Central Intelligence Agency be referred to the Committee on Select Intelligence.
Without objection.
object.
Without objection. It's too
Bro.
late. I already stated it.
You said without objection, I object.
No, I said without objection. Without objection is so ordered.
I mean, you did only give like half a second, but go for it.
Why are you going to object to that?
Because I don't agree with
There
it.
will be order. There will be order. The senator from
Mr. President, parliamentary inquiry.
Oh my gosh.
the senator from Massachusetts will state his parliamentary inquiry.
To you, to the senator. May I ask why you'd like to object to that?
That's a point of order.
That's neither.
Say
A point of information.
Oh,
Or
my
you can
bad.
say-
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
There will be order.
Point of order, Mr. President. The parliamentary inquiry is out of order as the senator from Florida hasn't yielded.
What?
It's true.
Okay, Mr. President, I actually
Senator
unanimous
from Florida.
consent that the Honorable Carl S. Devin to be nominated for Vice Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff be referred to the Committee on Armed Services.
I object.
Without objection. Senator from Delaware will state his objection.
I do not agree with the nomination, so I'm objecting.
Will the Senator yield for a question?
Point of information.
Senator yield for a question. And the senator from North Carolina state his point of information.
Through you to the speaker, do you understand that's quite literally the reason for committees? If you don't
Point
like
of
him,
order,
let
Mr.
him
President.
die.
Point of order, Mr. President. Yet again, the point of information is out of order as it is interrupting another senator, and I ask the senator to receive another strike.
Objection.
No.
Objection.
Senator from
I
New
did a
York will
point
state
of
his objection.
information. I said through you to the speaker, and I asked a question.
I would
Point
like
of order,
to-
Mr. President. I ask the senator to receive another strike.
Objection.
Senator will not receive a
Mhm.
strike for presenting an official motion to the chair.
Thank you.
Liam, they're allowed to interrupt when it's a point of information, a point of
Oh,
order.
Jesus Christ.
If I'm correct.
Will be
Well,
ordered.
usually,
I believe the senator from Florida still has the floor. But
yes, but just to address Liam real quick, with my time, yeah. So usually they will rise with a parliamentary inquiry or reserve the right to object or certain things like that. There's a certain saying you're supposed to do, but just saying point of order is fine. They're allowed to interrupt. Anyways, what else do I have to pass? And also, I don't understand why the senator keeps objecting. I'm gonna have to refer it again now because he objected to my request. But I just don't understand. You can vote nay on the nomination if you want in committee or when it's on the Senate floor. I don't know what committee you're on, but there was no reason to object to a referral whatsoever. Mr.
I'm not
President,
even Mitch
unanimous-
McConnell would do something that low. Senator from Florida.
Thank you. Mr. President, unanimous consent that the Honorable Carus Denver to be nominated for Vice Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff be referred to the Committee on Armed Services.
I
Not
second.
object.
I object.
Oh,
Senator from Delaware State is objection.
I do not agree with the nomination, and I am objecting.
Someone
Can the
hold
senator,
on,
Mr.
hold on.
Chair?
Someone get an expulsion paper. This is corruption.
There will be
Mr.
order.
President, I
Senators,
ask that the senator from New York
Will
receive
be
his
order.
third
The senator
warning.
from North Carolina. What would you say?
I said I asked that the senator from New York receive his third warning. He just spoke out of turn.
I object.
I was trying to ask a question. Will the Senator Smith yield
Senator will receive his third
10
warning.
seconds of her time?
It is reminded, guys. I guess please don't
Alright.
don't make me shout out. It is reminded that if another warning is given, the senator from New York will be asked to leave.
You want me to yield my time, or you want to yield for a question? What do you want?
Yeah, yield for a question to Senator James.
Oh. He's not even recognized he would be yielding.
Do you approve?
That would even make sense.
Well, let me just state this. The reason
Point
I
of
don't
order.
they
Senator
don't
from North Carolina will say his point of order.
I ask that the senator from New York be removed. He is speaking out of term. He has not raised a motion. He's just
Objection.
speaking without the
Senator
floor. And I'm
stays
not done
objection.
stating. I'm not
Thank
done
you,
Go ahead.
with my
President. I was
point of
speaking.
Will
order.
be order.
I'm not done
Will
with
be-
my point of order.
Okay.
I'm not done with my
Sergeant at
point
Arms
of order.
remove the senator from New York. You're in violation of Senate Rule 19, Section 2.
What? I was asking a question through my
Aye. Thank you.
Okay, anyways, I think my time's up.
Yeah, I believe so. It's been
I yield the remainder of my time back to Liam Reagan.
Mr. President, as if in legislative session, I ask that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of Senate Resolution 19.
We're not in the legislative business.
I said as if in legislative session.
Point of
Without
order.
objection. All right. Without objection. So ordered. The senator from North Carolina will say this point of order.
The senator from New York is back up here. I believe that's trespassing. Wasn't he not just removed from the
Yes,
chamber?
you were ordered by. I don't know why he's back up there. I'm hoping that's a technical difficulty. If not,
Point of
if he does
information.
that again,
Oh my
taking him to
god.
court. Senator from Delaware will say his point of information.
Which thing are we voting on? I'm just confused. What Senator Smith?
It's
Or,
not a
sorry,
point
I
of
don't know.
information, but
I'm just asking which one it is.
Senate Resolution 19.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, did my
will be ordered. This is a senator from North Carolina done with his motion. I forget what even.
Yes, I'm done with my point of order. Thank you.
point of information, Mr. President?
Senator from Florida says her point of
I think
information.
this is a point of information, if I'm correct. But did the referral pass or what? Because he objected it, but now I'm confused. Did that second referral I did you say without objection so ordered, or was it objected to before?
I said without objection, so ordered.
So he didn't object.
No, he didn't object.
Okay, good.
Mr. President,
Senator from Delaware.
I did indeed object. Which one are you talking about, though? I'm pretty sure I objected to all of them, but there was one.
Why
I'm asking
yeah.
which one was it? Which nomination?
Carl's as Denver to become vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff?
Yeah, I objected to that before.
Why?
Senator, actually, I apologize. The senator did say his objection.
Okay, Liam, just okay. We're gonna have the motion to refer this and then get a vote on it because this is really gonna piss me off.
Mr. President, as
Senator
we are
from-
Mr. President, as we are in consideration of Senate Resolution 19, I submit to the desk a cloture motion
All right, thank
and
you.
ask for its immediate consideration as well.
Yes, for the amender. Oh, without objection, so ordered.
I ask unanimous consent that the mandatory reading of the cloture motion be waived and that the Senate immediately consider or proceed to voting on the cloture motion.
Without objection,
Point of order,
is so
Mr.
ordered.
President.
Repeat that.
Point of order.
Senator, well, we're actually about to begin voting, so
Yes,
no.
but according to the rule, you're supposed to waive also the mandatory quorum call because usually when cloture is presented and about to vote, they have a quorum call, but they usually routinely waive that too. And he just-
Senator,
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Mr. President, I also wish to waive the quorum call as well.
Without objection is so ordered. Give me a moment, everyone.
You have the right to say, right, Sam?
All right, and I'll read it right now.
Okay.
We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby bring to a close debate on the nomination of
No, Mr. President, I waive the reading of the cloture motion.
Oh, my apologies. All right, we'll continue in voting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose.
Nay.
Nay.
No, that's not how it works.
No, Mr. President, point of order. When
Senator from.
you vote on
Go
a cloture motion, you do it by roll call.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
All votes are
wanted
done
to
by
get-
roll call.
Wanted to get over it faster, but okay. The senator from Florida, Mr. Reagan.
Aye.
Aye. Mrs. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Evans.
Nay.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Lord.
Present.
Present. Mr. DuPont. He skipped. Mr. Cross.
Nay.
Oh.
Oh, I want to make my vote nay.
I believe, from what I count, there being 2 ayes and 3 nays, the cloture motion is not passed.
Oh wow.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, I motion to revote on the cloture motion.
Without objection, is so
Point of
ordered.
order, Mr. President.
Senator from Florida will say point of order.
Correct. Usually, a reconsideration according to the rule 13, it will need from the prevailing side, and if I'm correct, the prevailing side with the nays. So they will have to do a motion to reconsider, or a senator who has not voted. Correct. I will send the rule if you need it.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
With that being said, the senator from Florida, Mr. Reagan's motion was out of order.
And also,
Okay, well, I apologize for the
parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President.
And please send me that rule. Senator from Florida will say her parliamentary inquiry.
If I'm correct, Mr. President, when a senator refuses to vote, they will need to state the reason, and then after they state the reason, you will say, shall the senator for the reasons assigned by him be excused from voting? I'm correct, Mr. President. And that's according to Rule 12.
What is the reason for senator from South Carolina abstaining from the vote?
Mr. President, my reason for voting present is that I myself have not been fully read on the item of voting, I believe.
Mr. President, may I explain what we're voting on?
Senator from Florida is recognized.
We are voting on a cloture motion to end debate on Senate Resolution 19, not a nomination of any sorts to
all right.
answer the question of others.
Alrighty then, I vote aye, Mr. President.
Late for that.
Oh,
No, Mr. President, the senator would then change his vote
I
to
understand.
aye.
I understand.
He will present to the desk to change his vote.
Mr. President, I ask that senators be allowed to bring their votes to the desk.
Senators will report their votes to the desk.
So, James, that would mean you would go to the desk and vote if you want to change your vote.
And what's the final vote after?
My vote's aye, Mr. President.
All right.
James Evans, you can go change your vote if you'd like.
Aye.
Mr. President,
Senator from North Carolina.
I accept the senator from Florida receive his first warning. He's talking out of order.
Point of order, Mr.
First warning,
President.
trying to persuade
Point of
members.
order, Mr.
I'm
President.
still
Senator receiving.
speaking.
There will be order. There will be order. The senator from North Carolina has not finished. Go ahead.
As I've said, he's speaking out of order. He's trying to encourage members to go change their vote that have already voted.
I second.
I
Yes.
object, Mr. President. This is
Senator.
still my speaking time. I'm still recognized by the chair, so I'm not out of order at all.
And parliamentary
That is
inquiry,
true.
Mr. President.
Senator from Florida will state a parliamentary inquiry.
If I'm correct, after a vote is made and the thing's already called, usually the presiding officer will say, "Well, any senator would like to change their vote." So
Fair enough. Wait, let me recount this.
yeah, what's the final vote?
Liam, you voted aye, right? And you too,
Correct.
Smith, right?
Yeah, we need 4 because it's 2/3.
And Evans voted nay.
He voted
and,
aye.
He changes his vote to
no, he
aye.
did vote aye.
That's a
And James voted aye. And
I
Carlos
was-
voted aye.
If I can, out of roleplay, what exactly? Just
It's a closure.
if I can.
It's to end debate.
It's to end the debate. Okay, so we haven't. This
Yes.
is not to
Yes.
vote on the actual bill.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah, we haven't voted. on it. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
so after this,
There
we'll vote on
being
it?
So out of roleplay, yes, a cloture motion brings an end to any debate on a nomination or a legislation.
All right,
Or,
so
but
ju-
after it's invoked,
I'll
there's
announce the
30
tally right now.
There's 30 hours.
With there being, excuse me, there will be order.
Sorry.
There being 6 ayes, 0 and 0 nays, the cloture motion is passed.
I challenge the ruling of the chair.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Put it
You
this
need
to a vote.
He needs a second.
I challenge the ruling of the chair. I don't know what counting you're doing where you got 6 ayes.
That's from what I heard.
That's what you heard.
Abraham and Carlos voted nay.
Ex-
I thought Carlos voted. I thought Carlos changed his vote.
No, James.
No,
James.
no, Mr. President.
Double James.
Like, what's going on? Are we high?
The
I
two
literally
Jameses
thought.
changed their votes.
I thought
James-
you and Carlos changed their
No,
votes.
James Lord and James Evans has changed their vote.
Assuming my math is correct, it's 4 ayes and 2 nays.
Yeah, I thought. Never mind. I thought Carlos changed his vote and crossed it too.
No.
There being 4 ayes and 2 nays, the cloture motion is passed. My
Thank you,
apologies
Mr.
for that.
Thank you,
Since
Mr. President. I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of Senate Resolution 19, that the resolution be agreed to with no intervening action and debate, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
I object.
Objection.
Senator from North Carolina will say his objection.
We need to do a vote on this.
Okay, then, Mr. President, I motion that the Senate proceed to voting on Senate Resolution 19.
Why?
That
Did you
objection,
motion?
that objection is so ordered.
That was a motion.
Oh, is there a second?
I second.
You. All right. Shall I do roll call?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to.
Mr. Reagan,
Aye.
Mrs. Smith,
I.
Mr. Evans,
Nay.
Mr. Lord,
No.
Mr. DuPont.
Nay.
Oh, wow. Mr. Cross. Mr. Cross, I can hear you.
Just continue.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm aware I left the chamber.
No, that's true. James, you voted aye,
Point
right?
of order, Mr. President. Is Senator Evans even on the floor? For point of information, actually.
Just out of roleplay, I disconnected. I'm joining back.
Was he on the floor when he voted?
Yeah, he was.
I haven't seen him all game, but
Neither have I,
I'm
Mr.
Well, if
not
that's
President.
the
too
case,
sure. I
hold
know
on,
it
out of
was.
role play. Well, if that's the case, let's back it on up. If you haven't seen him all day, we shouldn't even be voting because the cloture motion wouldn't have passed.
James, you voted nay, right?
I personally, yeah, I voted nay. I don't think there's a.
James Lord,
Wait, oh yeah.
Point of information, Mr. President.
Senator from Massachusetts.
I believe that the senator from Delaware was on the back end, and he was just in game. He got disconnected, but yeah.
that's fine. Carry on.
It's fine. It's just a point of information.
To my knowledge, I'm not writing on paper. With there being 4 nays and 2 ayes, is not passed. I don't even know what we're voting on at this point. I'm tired as hell.
We're voting
19.
to pass
It's,
Senate
so,
resolution.
The resolution is not passed.
Oh, lots of notes.
Mr. President,
Senator from Florida.
I'm absolutely disappointed that certain senators within this body object to the usage of clones, decoys, and other devices in the absence of this chamber that are used to convey appearance should be prohibited. It is absolutely outlandish that senators think that it's okay to use such devices to convey their appearance on the floor. I hope every senator shows up in the future, but if they don't, I will continue to bring this resolution up because
Point of
under no
information.
circumstance.
Senator from North Carolina states point of information.
Through you to the speaker, was there not a session hosted yesterday where you guys were not in game?
Oh,
Mr. President, I ask that the senator interrupting this proceeding get
He
another
was not
warning.
interrupting you. He stated a point of information.
Not him. Somebody made a noise. They went, So whoever that was needs to receive another warning.
I didn't hear it.
Jesus
There will
Christ,
be
I'm
order.
hard of hearing. How did you not hear that?
Mr.
Anyway.
President, there is an intruder on the floor.
Okay, Mr. President.
There's an intruder on the floor, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I'm still holding the floor.
Oh, get this.
I'm
Looks like
scared for my
Kevin.
life. Help.
This looks like Kevin.
Mr. President,
Southern Arms
today.
remove the intruder from the floor.
President.
Mr. President,
Move the
Mr.
order.
President,
Move the order. There is an intruder on the floor. The Sergeant Arms remove the intruder. We don't got one.
Mr. President, Sergeant Arms allowed me back on the floor since I didn't
No,
know.
he
not the
didn't. I
Sergeant
didn't know
Arms.
you back on.
Mr. President,
Senator from North Carolina.
I'm going to do a parliamentary inquiry. Once you're removed from the chamber, you can't come back. What you just did was illegal. You should have been shot. Please stop trying to interrupt our meeting.
Who keeps bringing him up anyway?
Now I'm going to
President.
say my point of information again. Through you to the speaker, did you guys not have a session yesterday where y'all were not in game?
Mr. President, can I answer this?
He's ta-
Just go ahead.
I'm talking to the speaker. I'm not talking to Mr. Evans. Thank you.
Oh, my apologies. No, we did not join the game yesterday. I did not
I'm
join the
talking
game.
to the speaker. I'm not talking to the chair.
Okay. He isn't responding.
we did not join a game yesterday.
Okay,
Now, Mr.
so
President, I'm going to continue, Mr. President, because I still hold the floor, and the senator's parliamentary inquiry has been answered. Now,
Mr. President, point of information.
Senator from
I meant parliamentary inquiry, sorry.
Senator from Massachusetts will say his parliamentary inquiry.
Through you to the chair, did we or did we not pass, did we pass any type of bill basically making it mandatory to have to join game?
I'm unaware.
point of order, Mr. President.
Senator from
Or
Florida.
actually, may I respond to that parliamentary inquiry?
Go ahead.
Pursuant to the rules of the Senate, members who wish to speak or vote must be on the floor. So, considering this is the floor, it is mandatory.
I still have
Point of order. Oh,
have another question as well. Wouldn't this also be considered the floor right here, since we're all in the session? So it's not being very specific. So that's why I'm saying there's no mandatory rule.
I would imagine the floor is a physical place.
But I'm saying that
So this is a physical location in which the Senate conducts its business.
this could also be considered the floor. That's why I'm saying there's no mandatory rule stating, or there's no resolution that was put up saying that.
Liam, he's trying to put it into a role play.
Bro, I'm about to
Point of
block him. He's
information.
calling me. Jalen.
Senator from North Carolina will say his point of information.
so I'm just through you to the speaker. I'm just going to say this. So I get the bill. I wasn't, against it, but what you're essentially saying is, what you guys did
Point of order, Mr.
yesterday.
President. This isn't a point of
illegal, correct?
information.
I'm asking a question.
You're not
Asking
asking a question.
I am.
Mr. President, this is out of order.
Correct.
Well, Senator gets
President,
his
this is out
questions,
of order.
please.
Okay, let me get to the question. So, are you trying to make yesterday's proceedings illegal? Is that what we're trying to do?
Not at all.
So,
I'm going to continue, Mr. President. I'm going to continue speaking as the question's been answered. Mr. President, I don't understand what.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Oh my.
Senator from Massachusetts states parliamentary inquiry.
I don't think my question has really been answered still, because I'm still trying to figure out.
I was at a parliamentary inquiry.
Huh?
I was at a parliamentary inquiry.
Lord, I'm trying to figure. Hold on, I'm getting to it. Did we or did we not pass any type of resolution in the Senate, basically making it mandatory for us to join any type of game physically?
Moment, I'm unaware. I haven't looked back. If you'd like to answer that yourself, go ahead. I know you're the one.
Me seeing that there's
Well,
none.
if I may respond with a question, why?
Hold on. I mean, seeing that there is a none.
No, I'm answering your parliamentary inquiry. This is my time, so you need to, Mr. President. Mr. President, I ask that the senator from Massachusetts receive another warning.
Objection. What?
Senator from Massachusetts will say his objection.
Why am I receiving a warning when I'm literally asking a genuine question?
Because you didn't raise a parliamentary inquiry again.
What? I'm still in the parliamentary.
I answered your question.
I'm still in the parliamentary inquiry.
I answered your question.
Anyway.
Mr. President, I would like to reclaim my time now.
Go ahead.
Thank
Senator
you.
from Florida.
Mr. President, as if in legislative session, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of Senate Resolution 20.
Without objection it is so ordered.
Mr. President, I submit to the desk a cloture motion on Senate Resolution. Oh my Jesus Christ! Can I not even submit a simple
Senator has not
cloture
finished
motion?
his motion.
Mr. President, I submit to the desk a cloture motion on Senate Resolution 20 and ask the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration.
Objection.
Senator from North Carolina will state his objection.
I believe that we need to debate on this bill. I would hate for it to end up just like your last one. I mean, this resolution, my apologies.
Mr. President, I withdraw the cloture motion submitted to the desk, and I ask unanimous consent that Senate Resolution 20 be considered read 2 times and referred to the Committee on Rules.
Without objection it is so ordered.
Okay. And Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate stand adjourned.
Oh.
You have to ask. Senator from Massachusetts will say his objection.
Point of order, Mr. President. There was no objection to that.
I said
objection.
I didn't hear there wasn't an objection. I didn't hear it.
You're not, Mr. President. I asked that the senator from Florida receive his second warning. It's not
Point of
about
order,
what
Mr.
you hear.
President.
It's about what
I will hold the floor.
here.
There will be order. There will be order. There will be order.
Oh my
Senator from
gosh.
Florida will receive his what was it? First warning for violation of Senate Rule. Second warning for violation of Senate Rule 19, Section 2. You cannot interrupt another senator. Senator from Massachusetts.
As I was saying, we still have business that we have to conduct.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President.
Senator from Senator from Florida will say it's parliamentary inquiry.
What exactly is the business that we must continue on if there's been no agenda released?
How were we supposed to? I'm confused. Isn't it objection?
Excuse me. I've asked the parliamentary inquiry. The parliamentary inquiry is what exactly is the business that remains before the Senate if no agenda has been released detailing what would be on it?
Mr. President, aren't we still in the objection phase? You're trying to.
He did say an objection.
So.
And he did raise a parliamentary inquiry.
I mean, I don't. I mean, there's still business that we have to conduct in the submissions to the clerk.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President.
Senator from Florida will say it's parliamentary inquiry.
Did not the Republican leader, state that we will have nothing on the agenda for legislative business and executive business? Senators are free to come to morning business speeches and referring their legislation. So again, I ask, what exactly is there remaining on the agenda for the Senate to consider?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know.
I assure you, it's not a tricky question.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President.
Senator from Florida will say our parliamentary inquiry.
Did the Senate? So did we pass Senate Resolution 19 without it being referred to a committee? Because I thought it was, but now when I think about it, if Senate Resolution 2019 were both submitted today, but one of them passed, was Senate Resolution 19? Oh,
it wasn't in anybody's committee.
it was never referred.
No.
Oh.
That's what gets me.
Liam, what the?
Okay, well,
I regret to inform you that's illegal.
it's actually not, but okay.
No, you should have asked for it to be passed in unanimous consent.
Well,
I did, and you objected. Mr. President, I ask that the senator from North Carolina receive a warning.
Objection.
Senator from Massachusetts state his objection.
The fine senator has done nothing wrong.
This point of order, Mr. President. The senator keeps violating Rule 19, Section 2. And under Rule 19, Section 4, I ask that the senator not be allowed to continue speaking without leave of the Senate.
Oh, wow. Without objection.
Point of order.
Without objection, so ordered. Senator from North Carolina will say his point of order.
Well, considering that the senator...
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order, Mr. President. Under
Senator from North Carolina has not finished his point of order.
I still have the floor, but considering that the senator from Florida has just done a whole lot of illegal stuff with his Senate Resolution 19, he didn't refer it, and then he tried to bring up a cloture motion. Then he lied and said that he tried to do it in unanimous consent. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Senator from Florida will state his point of order.
The senator is impugning my reputation, therefore I ask that his words be stricken from the record, and as such...
Intruder on the floor. There's intruder.
Let's not do this. We don't care about him. That's Tython, by the way. That's the admin. Anyway, had the senator referred you directly by name? I wasn't listening for a moment.
Yes.
No, I didn't say Liam Reagan.
There was a mention of me, yes.
No, there was not.
The chair interprets that the senator from North Carolina was not directly imputing the senator from Florida, Mr. Liam Reagan.
Mr. President.
He will not receive warning.
Mr. President.
Senator from Florida.
Under Rule 19, Section 4, the senator from North Carolina is no longer able to speak on the grounds without leave of Senate. You just made a ruling on that.
I did. I said without objection, so ordered. No one objected to it.
Therefore, the senator from North Carolina does not have speaking rights.
What?
Okay.
Because he's talking because of Carlos, because you can't speak more than twice. And wait, we're not in debate.
Right, this is illegal. Everything. Like, what the hell?
It's not illegal.
Out of role play. This is what are we doing here? This is a lot. People are just speaking.
I mean, there's just been objections upon objection.
Liam has the floor.
I How did he get the floor?
I've had the floor and I haven't even yielded. You people have been interrupting me this entire time.
You people. We're just trying to tell you that you were wrong for Senate Resolution 19. But, you know.
Okay, and it failed. It failed. Okay, big whoop.
Mr. President, point of information.
Senator from Massachusetts will see his point of information.
Through you to the speaker, who is you people?
I can't refer to senators by name.
I'm just trying to figure out who is you people are.
Mr. President, the senator knows that I can't refer to people by name.
Will the senator yield for a question?
I will.
Senator, do you yield for a question?
Does the senator know that there's actually a certain procedure how to bypass committee? Mitch McConnell has done it many times. Does the senator know
How is this relevant to my understanding?
The senator may share that to me.
Not if you want me to do it, you can yield to me.
I'll yield to the junior senator from Florida.
Okay.
Senator from Florida.
Yes, give me a second, Mr. President.
But this is out of role play, by the way. Is there any pending business in the submissions to clerk, or have we gone through everything?
We've gone through
everything.
Okay.
So I don't know what.
So why are we making this so difficult?
What is Charlotte doing?
I'm trying to bypass something from committee.
What are you trying to buy?
Okay,
Did it fail? Did it not
that was
fail?
19. I'm talking about 20.
20. He already. You know what, child?
He didn't. He only asked for the readings. He didn't refer.
No, he did refer. He referred it to the Committee on Rules.
Oh. Wait, Liam, you referred that?
Let go and let God.
Oh, that's a hot mess.
Okay, Mr. President.
Oh, Mr. President, I yield back to Liam Reagan.
Thank you. Mr. President, if there's no further business before the Senate, I ask unanimous consent, then it stands adjourned.
Second.
I object.
Without objection, so
I objected.
will the senator from Delaware state his objection?
Point of order, Mr. President. You already ruled on the unanimous consent request.
There was a sufficient second.
I object.
It's a unanimous consent request. It doesn't receive a second.
Mr. President, I objected to it before you said that.
The objection was delayed.
It was not. I said it, and it is still an objection.
The chair interprets that it was not too late. The senator from Delaware will state his objection.
I do not want the session to end.
Mr. President, there's an intruder on the floor.
That's Typhon. That's an admin. Don't worry.
No, that's an intruder. And I don't care if he's an admin or not. I'm in fear of my life.
I'm shaking in my boots.
It would be ordered. The sergeant at arms remove the intruder from the Senate floor.
Mr. President.
Senator from Florida, I believe. Is that what I heard?
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
I motion that the Senate adjourn.
Objection.
I second.
Objection.
It's a motion. You cannot object to a motion.
I seconded.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to whoever objected.
Objection. Without objection, so order.
No.
Wait. You have to.
Mr. President, it was a motion.
What's wrong with you?
You have to call the roll on the motion.
Y'all are so hood and illegal.
The ghetto.
All right. Mr. Reagan.
Aye.
Mrs. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Evans.
Nay.
Mr. Lord.
Aye.
Mr. DuPont.
Nay.
Mr. Cross.
Aye.
There being 4 ayes and 2 nays, motion is agreed to.
Thank you, we're adjourned. Ooh, this was
Senate will stand adjourned until, I believe, whatever date it was set.
Rights expulsion papers.
For real, and Typhoon, you're an administrator. I don't give a damn who you are. You're not allowed on the floor. You need to say
that looked like Robert, though.
Right, we didn't know who that was.
That's so hood. He said
I will be making a ticket about it.
All right, y'all.
I think that might be Malik. He
all right,
gave my
y'all.
DMs
And Malik,
Yo,
you need to stop too, because he's calling people, he's tagging people in their DMs.
We'll take you to court.
that?
We'll take you to
Okay,
court.
I'm over here in the session. Going on.
who needs a ride home? I'll go ahead and drive you in my Cadillac.
Who wanted me?
I wanted you. I told you what you're doing is illegal. You can't just come into. You just can't. You know. You can't just come into this. No, you can't.
I haven't been bothering y'all. I've been sitting in the seats right over here.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
Sitting over here in the seats right over here.
No, that's illegal. That's not for you to sit in. You need to be in the gallery.
I can't get up to the gallery. That's why I'm sitting here.
You better fly.
I already explained it to your vice president. You can't get up to the gallery.
It doesn't matter what you explain.
Well, it's still illegal.
No, he's not interfering with government.
And according to Ethan, didn't Ethan tell y'all to stop impeding on our business?
He's not. He wasn't impeding. He was merely just watching
yes, he
for
was.
administrative purposes.
No, he was.
All right.
He was watching.
Why don't you go work at the house?